Thank you for joining me again, Lauren Heistad, continuing to read out of my book Homecoming. This one is Chapter 8, The Power of Love. Shortly after I started my SOULworks business, I was invited to join an energy circle. This was a group of like-minded people who joined together on a regular basis to channel energy towards each other. Kind of like a spiritual spa day. Going into the group, I was very intimidated, and my confidence level was pretty much rock bottom. These people were a collection of Reiki masters and energy channeling professionals who had been working in the field for quite some time. I felt like a fish out of water and was so nervous I could hardly relax. I was also the only new person to join the group, so to say I felt a little anxious is pretty much a huge understatement. So during the spiritual spa day, one of the participants had the opportunity to sit and relax while the rest of us channeled energy towards them. Then we would rotate positions and someone else would have the chance to be the receiver. When we all started working on the first person, I felt like I couldn't even function. Usually by this point in my life, I could literally feel the energy coming out of my hands when working on someone. That day, nothing was flowing. It was like my well had run dry, and I was the only one sitting in the circle as an observer. My nerves were definitely interfering. I felt so inferior to this group and was having trouble calming myself down. It was at that point I asked my guides and angels for assistance. The response was very clear. Just look at your client with sincerity, and the process will begin. My eyes had actually been closed already, so I opened them back up and sat there looking at this lady in front of me. In her, I saw myself. Someone who just wanted to belong. Someone who wanted to feel loved and be one with the universe. And more importantly, someone who was entrusting me to help her get there. With that, my heart opened straight up to this stranger sitting in front of me, and the energy started to flow. In fact, it flowed so strongly, more so than I had ever experienced before. The energy that day was so powerful that it brought me to tears. So I closed those teary eyes, began to relax, and truly started to enjoy the moment. My moment didn't last long, as I was jolted back out of my inner harmony by the sound of a voice. The lady receiving the energy was speaking. "Hey you, what's your name again?" Dared the headlights look. She asked in what felt at the time was a very loud and intimidating voice. With my eyes still closed, my confidence yet again began to dwindle. I found myself hoping by some grace of God she was talking to someone else. Of course I knew better. I was the only one in the circle to whom she was not familiar. Reluctantly, I slowly started to open my eyes. Sheepishly made eye contact and said in a very small, insecure voice, "My name is Lauren." She followed my prompting with a comment that made my heart sink. She indicated she was not sure what I was even doing and had never felt that before. I quickly apologized, pulled my hands back, feeling like all my worst fears had just been proven. Who was I To think I could do such important work and channel healing energy from the heavens. Then she spoke again. Her words sent energy racing down my spine, and I will never forget her response. Do not be sorry. I am saying it feels amazing. I can tell you are helping me shift and release blockages I have been working to change for years. What are you doing? Is that Reiki you're channeling? What did you say your modality was? I was speechless. I had just received the greatest gift any healer can ever receive. Confirmation that I was on the right path and making a difference. But how would I ever answer her question? All eyes were focused on me, expecting some response, and I had absolutely no idea what to say. No, it wasn't Reiki. I had never really taken any courses of any kind on energy healing or spiritual pursuits at that time. What was I going to tell them? To me, it was instinct. It flowed naturally. Energy healing, I thought to myself, was love. I kept my thoughts to myself, though, and just humbly said thank you. Years later, I am still asked to explain what type of modality I use during my energy healing sessions. It's a fair question. I would ask the same. Thing is, it is still very difficult to explain what has been years of life experiences, guidance, and intuition. How do you describe to somebody how you breathe? Energy healing is the same. It has become a part of who I am. So why are there so many energy healing modalities out there, and which one is better than the next? They're all good. They're all good. They all teach you how to look at the universe differently, how to channel energy, and how to help facilitate a positive change. Over the years, I have reviewed many forms of energy healing. As more and more people become interested in this field, I assume more and more varieties will also become available. That is because we all add our own individual flair and our own unique approach to the healing wisdom of the ages. However, regardless of how many different versions are created, they must all have two things in common. A successful healer must first believe in the power within themselves and the universe to create a positive energy shift in the body. And more importantly, they must channel the energy with love. Pure, unconditional, straight from the heart love. This dynamic duo is the classic healing modality that continues to stand the test of time. Regardless of what others' names it might be given along the way, a strong belief system and a whole lot of love is what true miracles are made out of. That is my modality. That is my SOULworks. Activating your SOULworks. We are all healers. We all have the ability to channel healing energy and direct the light of Source towards someone or something in need. It is an innate gift from the divine and one of the most misunderstood abilities of our time. A limited number of people are clearly very gifted in the field of energy healing and have instinctually utilized this power source to manifest change in the world around them. Others have sought knowledge in the field and have learned to utilize these skills to help facilitate positive changes of the body, mind, or soul. Similar to how various individuals are born athletes, musicians, or leaders, there are some among us who are naturally talented in the area of healing. However, That is not to say that we do not all possess the ability to learn. I may not be able to naturally compose a musical masterpiece. Definitely not. But if I have the passion and the determination to expand my musical abilities, I am most certainly able to achieve it. Likewise, anyone who is passionate... Likewise, anyone who is passionate and determined to successfully channel energy can and will do so. I truly believe evolved souls such as Yeshua and Buddha are examples of potential that resides within all people. These expanded souls were able to achieve enlightenment while here on earth. Their knowledge in the field of healing came naturally, and their purpose was to demonstrate to mankind the power we all have within us. Unfortunately, these lessons have been misunderstood and misrepresented for centuries. Our society has neglected to learn from their example. It is in finding this innate ability and connection with the divine that our society will shift consciousness and advance the human race. Okay. Your move. Here we go. Send loving thoughts. The next time you see... Whoops, that's not even what it says. The next time you or someone in your life is in need, help by sending love and inspirational thoughts. Do not send worry, fear, or judgment. In terms of energy, negative thought forms, words, and actions only add fuel to the fire. Instead, utilize kind and gentle thoughts and keep your intentions positive. Use your imagination to direct glorious light and surround the situation with heavenly thoughts. Create in your mind the perfect scenario and trust in your ability to help make it so. Believe in yourself. Nobody can accomplish this task for you. I can believe in you. God can believe in you. But only you can truly believe in yourself and your ability to heal. I urge you to understand that you are worthy and capable. You are all able to tap into the divine energy of Source and utilize this connection to positively co-create your world. So what are you waiting for? Send positive thoughts to an upcoming situation you feel is hopeless. Ask your angels and guides for assistance on creating a more positive outcome. Believe in your power to make a difference. Change the outcome. All right, next one, step up and make a difference. Change never happens when you continue to stay within your comfort zone. It just doesn't. To evolve as a person and healer, believe in your abilities and strive to make a difference. Visit a hospital and silently send healing energy to those in need. Trust you have made a difference and observe as those around you who are suffering slowly begin to change their demeanor. Scan the current news. That's what I was just doing. News feed just popped in. But instead of getting all caught up in the gory details, send light and love out into the world. Watch as the outcome becomes more positive in the days to follow. Never doubt for 1 minute you were a contributing factor. Approach those you have judged in the past with a new set of eyes. There's an idea. Honor them by accepting who they are and the different path they have chosen. Help them along their journey by surrounding them in light and trusting they are on their chosen path of life experiences. Go even further and shower them with random acts of kindness. Proactively utilize positive thoughts and deeds, striving to become a role model for those around you, without judgment or ridicule. Send love from your heart to those who are continuously negative. Monitor their changes in attitude and luck. Understand that healings are successful at some level, whether it is body, mind, or soul. Sometimes the process takes time and the order is not necessarily clear. Often, you must heal emotional issues before physical healing will occur. However, trust the energy will go wherever it is needed. And lastly, review your thought patterns. Take an inventory of all your current beliefs and experiences. Thoughtfully review ancient teachings and biblical scriptures with new eyes. Learn from those who have gone before you and dare to change the way you view the world. You are able to become an active participant in your future and ensure it is a positive one. Begin to approach life with a loving heart and a positive mind. Expect miracles. Thank you for joining me again. I'll see you next time.